What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the 30%. We've been doing a lot of work. The 45, the 50 something percent podcast. My name is Sam Are, episode 188. It's all over the place. This is episode 188. I am joined by a legend in the making. In the making, though. Still in the making.
Okay.
Afamefuna Onyebadi Gitura. And we are here for another episode. We're here. I don't know, man. Guy, I'm still sick. It's getting annoying at this point, but I am here. What's up?
Yeah, you've been sick for the longest time, man. I don't know what do you have going on?
Apparently, it's a flu. I think this is one of the flus that is a little bit more than a flu, so that like cold cap and M don't do nothing towards that. I think that's what I'm suffering from, because I've been taking medication, which has been absolutely kicking my butt, but has done nothing towards the cold itself. So
thoughts and prayers, man. Thoughts and prayers. I hope you
yeah,
I hope you feel better.
Yeah. But apart from that, that's all that's been going on. I quit doing the ginger because obviously it's not working.
Mm-hmm.
Traditional medicine only works so far. Because science is better. Yeah, what's up?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
What's going on?
You forgot to introduce me as the person who puts the body in Onyebadi, but that went down very well.
I was never going to. And
it went down very well.
Do you know what that actually
on
is?
Social media. It went down well.
And I hate that it did.
And it's unfortunate. It's staying. It's staying. I am a fine African man who puts body in Onyebadi. That's just what it is now, man.
And guys allowed to refer to themselves as baddies.
It's happening.
You're the first. The first baddie.
I'm not the first.
The first
and
male
I won't
baddie.
be the last. But I'm here.
Are you saying you're going to have kids?
That's an exclusive for the 30% podcast.
Say you're going to have kids is a funny exclusive to give on a podcast that has nothing to do with childbearing.
There's context where that can be an exclusive.
How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, bro.
What's going on, man?
I'm doing good. I don't know how I'm dodging this cold of yours, but like, touch wood, man.
You don't sound like you're dodging it, if I'm being honest. It sounds like
really?
It's because you're doing a lot more sniffling now.
No, I always do the sniffling thing.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why, but like I'm okay. I think I sound like this because we had a late-ish night last night. We were
late-ish.
Late-ish. We were invited by Alfayo and Hassan
Shout out to Alfayo.
Exactly, to
legend.
The celebrity fight nights. We went and watched people fighting. Amazing English from me.
Fighting. Some were fighting.
It was fighting adjacent.
Exactly.
I mean,
fighting.
For me, I feel like the cards were a bit like lopsided.
Wait, let's talk about what we're talking about though. Did you say it? Celebrity fight nights.
I did. Yeah, it was a bit lopsided in the sense that in all the cards, there was somebody who was very, very proficient and then somebody who wasn't. I feel like the only card that was kind of like even was Yasa's and Zeman's card, because none of them are like professional leaning in terms of like boxing or sparring.
Yeah.
But then Zeman had to be rushed to the hospital.
Do you know what they should have done? If you look at the cards we'll get back to that. But if you look at the cards, maybe what they should have done was just reshuffle it and put all the short people together and all the taller people together. Because in every fight, there was someone who was like significantly taller than the other one.
There really was.
So they should have just like reshuffled it and put all the shorter people together in one weight class, and then put all because that's the problem. They are measuring it by weight. And so if their weights were like,
but that's
really
typically how it's done, though.
Yeah, but then if you're much bigger, then they should pair them properly. Anyways, yeah, Zeman had to be.
It was so weird because I didn't know why it. You know, usually you see like, oh my god, he got like a. But then he got hit multiple times at the back of his head.
Yeah, he kept doing that. Like he kept saying that. Oh, that's that. I don't know why though. You know, it's because he was low. When I was watching him, he goes low, and then whenever the who was he fighting?
Yasa.
Whenever Yasa reaches across, he catches the top of his head. Always. And he had dreadlocks, so that kind of snags.
So you're victim blaming now?
He was the victim. He clearly was a victim.
No,
he
but
was in the hospital at the end of the day.
Like he was already really short, and then like the ducking thing he was doing was not helping.
Yeah, he was.
So it was very hard for Yasa not to like even unintentionally hit him at the top of his head.
I mean, that fight was probably one of the least, apart from the main card, that was the least fighting that we saw, because Yasa wasn't doing much.
Yeah, because after the first round, like you know how they reset, they go sit down in their corners. Bro just passed out. Like,
I looked to the side and then I turned back and he was on the floor. They're taking his socks off. I'm like,
I was so
what's
confused.
going on? He needs those to fight.
Yeah, I was like, but anyway, I hope he's doing better, because it just happened and I was like, but he was just okay. Like, I don't know. It was just very confusing.
Okay. I think maybe there was something else in play. I don't know, because that's just very strange to just go down so easily.
This is our tin hat, like
yeah. I think there was something else in play, man.
And then even Benzema. I feel like Benzema, because like in the beginning of the round, I don't know if he didn't really knock Bernyk Jacuzzi down as much as Bernyk. Bernyk was off balance.
Yeah.
But I feel like Benzema had more of a chance than he gave himself, because he gave up too easily, in my opinion. Like, because, like, okay, as much as Bernyk put him down twice.
Threw a couple of punches and he was like, hey, you know what?
But he gave up. He just, at the end of the day,
it a night, man.
Benzema just gave up.
Yeah. And that, I mean, I don't know if Jacuzzi can you claim that victory as one? The last one he did.
Of course you
the
claim
first
that
edition
as
of a celebrity fight, that one was like a proper fight. I can't remember who he was fighting against, but then that was a proper fight. Like, they actually went
toe to toe.
Exactly.
B for B. G for G. Band for band.
What's a G then?
G, like money.
Yeah. All right, man. But no, so that one was actually like a proper fight. And so when he won, you could feel he won. This one, when someone doesn't win off like fighting and they're just like, hey, you know what, man, I'm about to call it a night. It's kind of a letdown.
It's a bit anticlimactic.
Yeah.
But I will say...
A couple of fights were.
I will say the event was good. The event was good. It was well put together.
It looked like it was maybe similar to maybe a little bit more numbers than there was last time. It was put together. I mean, a little bit of disorganization, honestly,
really?
When it came to the fight. Yeah, because the last card, I could see when they came up. Benzema was introduced, and then Jacuzzi came up. And then Jacuzzi had to leave because he didn't have something was wrong with his gloves.
And that happened like twice.
And it took like 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes for it to get sorted out. So guys already anticipated, waiting for the fight. And then he had to leave and then come down. So it was just a lot of like a bit of start and stop. But apart from that, it was cool, man. The core card was the best. I think that was the one where there was more fighting, even though Brian got he got a beating, man. He got a beating. That one was a good fight. And then the one with Brahim, Brahim also did pretty well in his fight. So it was all right. Honestly, it was good.
That was good. It was good.
It was good.
And it was good. I enjoyed it. I haven't been to a fight in a very long time. So just seeing the bloodlust in people's eyes was crazy, man.
Hey,
People were like, I just want to
yelling.
see somebody get knocked out.
Yeah, when they win, like, that's all they want too. They don't want to see like, it's not like they don't want a technical win. They don't want the judges gave him no. They want to see someone like, and that's when the crowd goes wildest.
But same Loki. I also wanted to see. I wanted to see some.
These are guys, man. Like, they'll have to go home with a headache.
It's crazy. But then before that, during the week, Sam and I, we went on a reconnaissance.
Oh yeah.
We went on a reconnaissance. So basically, Spotify invited us to, as you guys know, we're gonna be on the Greasy Tunes. That's happening on the 18th of July, which is a Saturday at 10 a.m. By the way, link in bio. Anyway, we went to the spot in Visit Ngara. And we were just checking out the space, seeing, what the setup is going to be like. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool setup. I can't wait. I really can't wait for people to come and see us do this thing live.
It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be cool. It's going to be interesting. Like, I don't know whether to feel nervous or not, just because it's the first like video pod. I mean, the first live one that we're doing. And so we're podcasting in front of people, not in front of a camera as we're doing right now. But no, man, everyone who has like hit me up has been pretty
Sam,
excited about it.
What if you give a take and then people are like, boo, like, bro,
Hey, yo,
L take.
I'm standing. No, I'm not going to stand up and walk away. That's what this is about, right? It's about conversation. L take.
No, hearing L take in person would actually
that would kill me,
it would
man.
crush me, man.
Yo, boo, L take, get them off the stage, man. I'll shout back L opinion. That's what we just
L person.
Exactly, man. It would be an L first. Yo, you can't say it.
We'd never do that.
Yeah,
but
that would be crazy.
Yeah. So, bro, like we said, it's RSVP, so it's free. So
it's limited spots.
Yeah, limited spots. And I think for me,
quickly running out.
Yeah, and I think for me, the thing that will really be important is the networking, like, because it's going to be mostly music industry people, whether you're doing music itself or you're behind the scenes, like managing people, artist managers, like people who are in the distribution game. Like all of those people are going to be there. And this is like a good opportunity to be able to talk to said people. So for me, I think the networking bit is also going to be really, really like clutch.
Yeah.
So yeah, come through, guys. Come and greasy tunes it up. Is that a saying?
Is that what you came up with? Did you practice that, by the way?
No, I didn't. I just decided to do that now.
No, yeah. And of course, there's going to be a bunch of stuff going on apart from the podcast. Or the podcasts happening. And just that stuff. There's going to be a lot going on in that specific area. So there's going to be a lot to do. You can go and see other things, exhibitions, whatnot. So come through. We would love to see you guys there, man.
After our event, Aduma are gonna have their event on the same day. So
shout out to One Down.
Listen, it's gonna be a 2-week bonanza.
2 week?
Isn't it 2 weeks?
It's 2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks? It's like 20 days.
That's a long time. Yo, shout out to the organizers, man.
I know,
that's
man.
Crazy.
There's a lot of moving parts. Before we actually move on to the main like segments of the pod, real quick, I have to do this because, bro, like Holy Sister,
what happened
hella invested
on Love Island?
Previously on Love Island, basically, I'm just gonna keep this very brief. Casa Amor came and went. A lot of drama happened.
I don't remember what that is.
Casa Amor is when the islanders go to a separate villa and then more people are introduced in attempts to distract them from their current couples.
Okay.
It's very crazy. But listen, the discourse surrounding KC and Anaya has reached a fever pitch. It's a boiling point. It is one of the most divisive things on television right now. If you watch Love Island, you know exactly what I'm saying. Everybody, it's split in the middle, like Team Anaya, Team KC. Where do people stand? Who knows? Like, but it's just like, bro, Sam, I'm just telling you, like, I don't know, because KC coupled up with some other girl called Tierra.
Whenever you say KC, I think of KC.
No, it's not KC. He coupled up with some other girl called Tierra, and he comes back, and then there was a kerfuffle. Like, I think there was even a scuffle because this girl called Melanie was not even in the scene. So I think people fought, and then Tierra called another girl called Trinity a little girl, which went down horribly.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You don't even understand.
You can't do that. Yeah.
Like, Love Island right now is crazy, but listen, it was very compelling.
Wait. Are all the episodes out?
No. It happens daily. It happens daily, and it happens for
daily?
Yeah. There's daily episodes aside from one day when they do the After Sun episode.
So daily for how long?
Like 2 months or like a month and a half.
Okay.
But anyway, tune in for my Love Island debriefs. I will be back with them next week.
Our Love Island correspondent.
Yeah, I'm the Love Island correspondent. But
oh man, yeah. Let's get into actual Kenyan music news.
Yes. So actually,
Tierra.
Tierra. I said it last week, man. Tierra. Okay.
Happens.
I said it last week. Tierra is very phenomenal. But anyway, so this conversation is actually brought to you by last night's event. So, I mean, just seeing all the artists that were involved in the card kind of got me thinking. Because look, we had, Z-Man, Big Yasa, we had McLean, we also had Barack Jacuzzi, Benzema. Like, these are people who are deeply entrenched in the music industry.
Yep.
And I'm happy Yasa wasn't fighting Benzema, because like I have songs with both of them, so I don't know who I would
Who
be
to
able
root for?
I don't know who I'd be able to root for.
Oh, are you just rooting for the people who you've worked with?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did they win?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
No. Benzema didn't win. Sorry, Benzema didn't win. So I took half an L. No, but I didn't. To be honest, I kind of thought Barack would win. So maybe I'm a bit dishonorable towards Benzema. But maybe we'll talk about that on the side. But anyway, so it got me thinking. So obviously this whole celebrity fight nights thing is co-owned by Barack Jacuzzi, and he's been in the music scene, not very prominent at the moment, but there was a time when he was doing a bunch of music and releasing a bunch, and it got me thinking. There's a trend. And I say trend, this has been happening for the longest time, where artists get very, very entrenched in other endeavors outside of music and actually become very, very successful at those endeavors, right? Mm-hmm. And it gets me thinking, is the music industry today, or is the strategy for a lot of artists today to use music as a stepping stone to allow them to leverage their fame, their notoriety, and their audience into these different endeavors and make a bunch of money out of that? Is that where we are in our music industry? Are there artists who are still purists and they're like, yo, all I want to do in my life is make music and live off of that? Mm-hmm. Is that even possible?
Is music the middleman to the bag?
You sound like that sounds so ChatGPT. Is music the middleman to the bag?
The middleman to the bag?
Here are a few examples. The dash.
Exactly.
What's that dash called?
Thinking. Oh, the M dash.
Yeah.
I hate the M dash though, because sometimes I do put an M dash naturally when I'm writing, and I don't want them to.
Cap.
It's true. Sometimes
no real person actually uses that dash.
I'm telling you, I have used it in academic writing, and I have to now delete it and find.
So you think you're better than us?
Yeah.
You think you're better than me?
I think I'm better than ChatGPT and its rules. Is music the middleman? Honestly, so I think to start, it's important to just acknowledge the fact that there's so much of a negative conversation on, like, everywhere you go, different podcasts, different music industry professionals, interviews, whatever. There's no money in music, and it's kind of conflicting because a lot of people say there's money in music, but then some people who've been in it keep saying that there's no money in music. 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 We clearly see a decline in numbers in terms of people who are actually purchasing music. We've seen streaming dilute the value of music, and as an extension, the value of artists. And that's been happening as technology develops, right? So if we really look at it in that way, I think it is clear to see that artists are smart. And many artists, so like you said, right? There's purists. There's people like you and me, I think. I don't know if you're like that.
No, we're not, because we're literally on a podcast.
No, but this is different though. This is different. This is not okay, fine. Let's lump ourselves in there. Dang, I have to take myself, but I still think I'm a purist. So you have the purists who it's music for them, right? I want to make music. I want to create. I want to be part of the creative world. I want to, that kind of thing. And then there's people who use music as a means of making money. It's just something they're good at. If you have a talent, you're good at it, and you use it to make money. Those people, once they that sounded so Kenyan. Those people, once they find out that, hey, there's a better way to make money, and I don't have to stress with labels and do all of these different things that maybe I hate doing as an artist. Of course, they're going to pivot. I think that's what's happening. There's a lot of artists who are just saying, hey, listen, man, I love this music thing and I want to create. I'm going to keep creating. It's just that creating is not going to be my main thing. And so you have big artists which we'll get to, who have leverage, and I guess that's the conversation now, that people who leverage music has become, or being an artist has become something where you leverage your artistry and the notoriety, and the rooms you're getting and the conversations you're having with different people into creating a product that you can sell or investing in something. And yeah,
I mean, like, even in our industry, we had one of the best examples for this in Mudhoni, the drama queen. Like, bro, like, she's created like a really massive enterprise with Good Times Africa and Blankets and Wine. And it's highly lucrative. And I know she would probably be at a crossroads, but she is actively releasing music. But like, I know there is a crossroads where it's like, well, I'm doing this one thing that's, highly successful. What becomes like the
music then decorates that. So that's the main thing. That's the cake. And then music is like the icing. That's a terrible analogy.
Music is the icing.
It's a terrible analogy. But
actually, it's not a terrible analogy, to be honest. But maybe would music be the icing or the cake?
No, music can be the cake because there's no cake in music.
Because there's no cake in music. Okay, when people say there's no cake in music, is that true? Well, there's
no money in music.
Yes. Oh, I understand what you mean.
Oh, my bad, man.
I understand what you mean. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
My bad. Yeah, go ahead.
But especially in the Kenyan music scene, I would say it's true. Like, there is some money to be made, but the problem with the music industry, and it's not just in the Kenyan industry, but in multiple scenes, the money from music is very sporadic.
Yeah.
The money from music depends on how often can you get booked for shows.
When you talk about music, you're talking about the totality, like shows and everything.
Yes.
The bigger music. Okay.
How frequently can your team secure brand partnerships?
Yeah.
And then how many streams and units can you move?
Publishing, how much of your music can you push into? Yeah.
Yes, and then also, how proficient is you, or are you and your team at securing sync opportunities with movies and that kind of thing. And those are things that happen, but the way they happen is, or it happens for a very small percentage, especially in this industry of ours, right? And so I think the reason why a lot of people try and pivot is you always see a bunch of artists saying like, I'm in it for the money, not the fame and stuff like that, because there's only so far you can go.
Every trap rapper ever.
Every trap rapper says it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like real, because like, how far can you really go with being famous? Like at the end of the day, and it was so interesting yesterday to just observe the social dynamics.
Hey, listen, I think for me that must have been more interesting than the fights themselves, just observing how people move.
Especially when you see like an artist and then now you see them in there like being like artist. No, let me not do quotation marks.
You've already done it, man. You can't erase it. Just go ahead, bro.
No, I'm erasing it. That's the cringiest thing I've ever done in my life. No. But like the thing, bro, this is gonna be a running gag of you dropping your phone.
I dropped one last week as well.
Yes, you did.
I need to find somewhere to put it.
No,
sorry,
but anyway, like it was just interesting to observe like artists being artists. And
wait, why did you say that though? Why did you say that? Because I feel like there's something you want to say.
No, there's nothing I want to say.
Diplomatic about.
No, actually, I'm not. There's nothing that I'm trying to be diplomatic about. It's just like a people watching thing. Like, because you watch people like be in their own bubble and have this like, it's like you know that this person knows that a bunch of people are watching them. It's just like watching that inception of like
walking into the VIP section, like, hey, what's up? You know, walking all cool, girl in hand. You know, that's the vibe, bro. Hey, man. That's how people choose to live, man.
Yeah. So I even forgot what was my original. So there's only so far like fame can take you, because ultimately I feel like fame becomes a very hollow thing.
Now we're getting deep.
We are getting deep, because like honestly, bro, like
fame is meaningless.
If you're just famous, right? there has to be a pressure to keep up appearances.
Because that's the currency. Yeah, you're only that's the worth. If fame is it, then that's your currency literally. So if your fame is reducing, it's almost like a businessman. If your fame is reducing, your product is reducing. So in fame, you are the product essentially, and so you have to keep up. That's why people end up doing like really wild stuff to stay up.
But it's so weird. There's like two different types of fame. There's like the fame where you have to keep on doing outlandish things to stay relevant. But there's also the fame where you leverage scarcity, and that scarcity makes you even more famous. Like Frank Ocean.
Okay, yeah. Engineered.
Or like even
scarcity.
in our industry, like Chris Kaiga.
Yashinsky to some point.
Yeah, like there's certain people who are not always just like out there or releasing something all the time, but that like mystery kind of like adds to everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, I feel like there's so much energy behind doing all of that stuff either way. Like either if you're outside all the time or if you're trying to be incognito, there's just so much energy like manufacturing all this perception.
Yeah.
And so yeah, the music industry becomes tiring, and like fame alone can't really
sustain you.
You can monetize fame, but just it on its own isn't like the thing. And if now the music industry isn't giving you enough for you to like live off, right? Then the next best thing is leveraging what you've gotten from the music industry into all these other endeavors. And so like shout out to Bernyk for starting or being one of the pioneers at least in our market.
Yeah.
For this celebrity fight nights, because it's like like people will pay to be entertained, and yeah, but like it's a win for everyone.
It's a win for everyone. People, I mean, celebrities end up a lot of artists. Again, and bringing it to the Kenyan scene, of course, there's not much music in the Kenyan scene. It's all with the CMOs.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like it's all with the CMOs. Like the CMOs are collecting all the money, but it's not coming to the artists.
You said there's not much money. You said there's not much music, but did you mean money?
I said music?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
You meant money.
Yeah, there's not much money. Okay. It's all with the CMOs, right? So people have to do different things. And we've seen artists get into different ventures. Of course, I think the most common one that we see artists get into is media. Like a lot of our artists pivot into either radio or DJing. They pivot into some form of communication, doing ads, and all these other different things. Like we've not seen, or labels. I think that's the other one. So there's a lot of media, and then there's guys get into labels. There's real estate in the background, but then the most prominent ones I think is artists trying to work with other artists, and then also them just using their fame and the fame that you're talking about as a leverage to get into media. We don't see many artists on this side of life getting into like bigger ventures like
for example, like Dr. J with
Beats.
Yeah.
Kanye West with Yeezy. That kind of thing.
Or Rihanna with Fenty and Savage Fenty.
We don't see that. Why do you think that we gravitate more towards media and the
I think for a lot of times, or for a lot of examples in our industry, like people do, like female artists will do makeup, will do like clothing brands,
but
they're always doing it as from that perspective, not as creators of
business
brands
owners,
or business owners. And we need to see more of that for sure. And also, like, I think the Dr. J one was also really genius with beats, because it's like, this is a producer, engineer, and these are headphones. Like,
not just a producer.
The producer,
probably the producer when it comes to like hip hop.
So there's just so much like authenticity.
So all he needs to say is, "Hey, listen, man, this is you're going when you listen to music on this, it's going to slap." And his word, or now that's the leveraging of who he has built himself as in music. people are automatically going to go out and buy beats, and we see people rushing out to buy. It became $1 billion company, and it made him a billionaire, so it's more than $1 billion company.
So you know what exactly, and but you know what I want to see like a lot of corporates do, and I haven't seen this approach much in our scene. I know in the States and in Europe, what they'll do is they'll find a creator who has a bunch of leverage in the way of fans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They'll approach them with a business idea, like let's say a drinks brand or a makeup line or something like that, right? And then how they'll pitch it is like they'll tell the artist, like in all the communication of it, you're the founder of this brand.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. They've
and then
planted them in
reality,
it's an industry plant in a separate sense.
The artist will probably own like, I don't know, they'll own anywhere between like 10 to 30% of the actual
basic
thing.
record label contracts.
Yeah,
so
but it's actually so smart. It's actually so smart. And I don't know why I've never seen any, because like this, they do that so much like in America, where it's like, oh, this one person will be like, yeah, I own this new chocolate bar, and they'll push it, and you'll be like, and if you ask anyone who founded or who created this chocolate bar,
it's that artist.
You
artist. Swear
but
by
in
it
reality, it's
they're
owned
just,
by
they're a shill. They're the face.
That's what
of the
I would
company.
do if I had a bunch of money and I wanted to like get like some marketing for it. I would take that approach.
It's like advanced influencing. It's like a different level of influencing where you're not necessarily just an influencer, but you're an influencer to the business world. I don't know. It's pretty smart.
It's like back in the day when labels used to sign artists but tell them no. In every interview, yeah, whatever, just tell people you're indie.
Yeah, Chance the Rapper, we see you. You want a Grammy off it? Come on, you're not going to get a Grammy indie. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I wonder. Maybe, do you think that maybe partly why we don't see many artists, like, for example, like well, he who shall not be mentioned, who started the what do you call it, the alcohol brand?
Are you likening P Diddy to Lord Voldemort?
Kind of.
That's crazy.
That's a weird connection. Yeah. So, in order to get first off, the industries here, I would think, are very, very competitive. It might be difficult for an artist to break in without spending a lot of money, which they probably don't have. Like if an artist wants to start like a competing alcohol brand and you're going against Kenya breweries, like that would be a very difficult thing to do. I would think in this sense, maybe fashion is a little bit easier to break into, but then again, we don't see many artists doing a lot of fashion endeavors. We see different things like Akothe probably has, she had a touring a safari, what do you call it, company. We see stuff like that. We don't see like many artists like being really bullish and bold about starting brands that don't have to do with music, festivals and stuff like that. Not that those are bad, right? And they're still money-making machines. But then we don't see many like brands. And it would be cool to see though. I would like to see some artists get into like more of those different ventures and see how they translate that and use those as ads for their music.
Yeah, but I think like you said, it's also really tied to how much liquid money is available to these guys. And
there is none.
There is none,
very
man.
little. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was very interesting. Something else that's interesting in our weekly AI conversations, because we talk about AI every week at this point.
Yep.
I found this article and I found the title so interesting. SUNO is paying grants to independent artists so long as they agree not to criticize SUNO.
Hey, take some money and shut up. Take some money, use our platform that's already in contention, and please be quiet about it.
On the face of it, it sounds like a really good like initiative. So
for the company.
It's essentially, this is CSR. Right? It's corporate social responsibility. Like, I think what they're doing is they are giving grants to a bunch of, it's targeting independent artists
Yeah.
Like even you watching this right now, you can like sign up for this for this platform. Essentially, they want creatives to use their platform to create music, but they're not dictating how this music is distributed and everything. What they're really doing is like, we want you guys to create this music, and so they're giving people thousands of dollars to work on music and stuff like that. I think the fine print is the thing that's just very interesting.
Before we get to the fine print, it's a smart business choice because they know that AI is already like, they're aware of the conversation around AI and artistry. And so this is basically reaching out to independent artists as some of the most lucrative demographic.
How so?
You can pitch a lot to an independent artist because of the promise of being successful. And so they will buy it for the most part. So SUNO coming in and saying, hey, come use our platform. Here's a little bit of money. Come use our platform. And again, so we'll get into the fine print. But then as an independent artist who is probably already curious about AI and curious about how all that stuff is, and maybe also on another side, on the other side of the coin, curious about making music and being an artist, creating art. That's just reeling them in really quickly, and it's very easy to, the fish is on the hook really quickly. Now we get to the fine print.
Before we even get to the fine print, actually, again,
fine print is elusive.
So they say, so you're going. I'm just reading here. So the whole initiative is going to be called the Spark. Essentially, artists will also receive a dedicated SUNO partner manager, free SUNO Premiere access and song credits, early access to upcoming tools, editorial placements on the platform, and opportunities to work with established music video directors. So I can see how this would be mouth-watering for a lot of people.
Yeah.
In return, participating artists must promote their songs via multiple social media platforms, highlighting that it was made with SUNO.
So now, basically, you're an ad.
So, but I'm just gonna say this. I'm so sorry.
You're an
if
ad.
I see somebody say all this stuff and then it's like it was made by SUNO, I think you're a loser, bro. That's some loser shit, man.
Hey, yo, that's harsh. That's harsh. That's harsh. That's
bro,
harsh.
No, I'm so sorry.
That's
like
harsh.
if I see somebody's stuff and they're like, yo, this was made by SUNO, bro. I get so many ads. You know, I used SUNO for like 30 seconds to see how this platform works.
And now it's all over.
And now all I do is
you're getting SUNO ads.
All I do is get ads, and then it's like, oh, make this beat that sounds like boom, cha, and then they do like some really random like drum thing, and then I'm just like, yo, you're a loser, bro. Like, why?
That's a little harsh, though. That's kind of harsh.
I don't think you're cool. I think you're so like, I've never seen anybody making.
You think you're better than them?
Yes. Not I think I am. If you're watching this right now and you use SUNO to make
I'm
music,
better than you.
I'm better than you. My music is not only more valuable, it's way cooler than yours will ever be.
That's crazy to say. No, but yeah, I mean,
but I will say, if you want to get the bag, I'm never like, bro, I get it. Like, if you wanna,
you can't do that. No, you can't do that. You can't say what you just said for the past 1 minute, then say, hey, listen, if you want to get the bag, go ahead and get the bag. That's not how it works.
I still think you're a loser, but like, get the bag.
It's a loser bag, the most loser bag possible. Listen, all this is, if you're being honest, this is an elaborate scheme. This is an ad.
It is
an elaborate scheme, and it's a brilliant ad because it's turning the consumer of their business into a walking billboard. And so if you're going around saying, hey, listen, I'm an artist, my album is coming out, I made it with SUNO, Now, of course, people like you and probably I, who, actually, let me just put it, people like you who are a little bit pretentious about AI and art and all that stuff.
Pretentious?
Yeah. I mean, you just say that you're better than all of them. That's pretentious. Who are a bit pretentious about art are probably going to be...
Sue me.
SUNO might... If you read that fine print, they might actually come for you. People who are pretentious about that, of course, they look at it and say, hey, listen, man, this is not... or rather, they don't buy into it. But you need to realize that you're probably that 5%. The general public probably thinks differently about AI. We have that conversation a lot. And so
General
they are going to look at
public
that
don't
billboard,
care.
walking billboard, that artist who has created with SUNO, and buy into it completely. SUNO now is at 5.4, 4.5 billion, whatever it is
They
now.
had a Series D funding round with $400 million.
They went up from like 2 million to 5.
Was put into that, bro. I'm just like, these guys are making
They're
bunch
making
of money,
a bag,
man.
and so they're being brilliant about it, which is, hey, listen, we're going to use, that's so brilliant, use our consumers to advertise for ourselves. And so now independent artists who would naturally go up to SUNO and make music now are getting paid for it. Bro, sign them up. So
the last thing I'll say about this, these guys are a bit slimy because they say in the fine print,
finally,
within those terms is a reference to class action claims. According to the TOS,
this is wild.
By agreeing to them, you and SUNO are each waiving the right to a trial by jury or to participate in a class action with disputes instead decided by a neutral arbitrator, not a judge or jury.
Hey, they have completely washed their hands off.
Everything about AI just feels so slimy.
It feels very dystopic, man. What's the word? It just feels like dystopia, man. Like you don't own. It's just wild to think about. It's how are you going to say, hey, listen, in order for you to sign this? Okay, actually, let me side point. Do you think what SUNO is offering? Now, this is for like the independent artists who might be thinking about this, right?
Yeah.
Do you think what SUNO is offering, the bag and the the bag and the access to their best tools, is worth that fine print? Is worth you waiving your right? Like if something. Now, keep in mind, all right. Keep in mind, there's people already trying to get at SUNO because of there's still the whole thing of them training their models off music, right? If you sign that, I'm pretty sure in there's somewhere that you waive all your rights away. Do you think an artist who is thinking about that, do you think that it's worth it, or is the benefits outweigh? Do the benefits outweigh the costs? Is that do the benefits outweigh the costs? I guess that's a shorter way to say it.
I mean, like I said, the costs are me thinking that your music is loser music. But listen, that's just my opinion. But like, which in the grand scheme of things,
for the 100,000 artists that will come in contact with you versus the billions.
Exactly. So I think my opinion doesn't really matter. I think for a lot of people who don't really care too deeply about AI, this is a big win. And to be honest, like, if you're smart and you're able to leverage that money that they're giving you, the access to like the best video like directors like there are, that's massive. Like anybody who does music knows that like having good music videos is so important. So if somebody is able to use this platform and get the best out of it, and then you move past that and essentially just use this whole Spark thing as a stepping stone for their career, I think the benefits could outweigh the detractors for sure.
Yeah.
It's just that I'll think your music is loser stuff. Like, I'm sorry. That's just the only.
This is interesting. I've seen there's a comment here by a guy called Rob, and he says SUNO is a crime syndicate.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
SUNO is a crime syndicate disguised as a legitimate business.
But there's so many things you could say.
First, they train on copyrighted songs to start a business. Now they want to extort positive vibes. That's funny. Positive vibes by luring independent artists with money and the right to control what they say, which is very important as an artist. What kind of people are they? SUNO should be retroactively paying for infringing the rights of copyright holders. They owe billions of dollars.
Agreed. But I mean, like we said last week, it's so hard to track this stuff.
Yeah, it's
but that's what difficult. They're doing, man. But it's a man. But
the independent artist is not going to think about all of that, and they're probably not going to have the backdrop of, hey, listen, my music has been trained on SUNO. Has been used to train SUNO's algorithms and their model. They're probably not going to be thinking about that. They're going to be thinking immediately, hey, I want to release music, and they're giving me money to do it.
The more you think about all these things, the more unethical they just become. Like the more people who are billionaires just look evil and trillionaires now that we have a trillionaire,
which is wild.
Because it's like in order to like make
shout out Elon
the money. No, we're not shouting him out. In order to make the money on this scale that these companies make, has to be someone somewhere who is not being paid their worth. There just has to be. Like slavery, for example. I'm sorry to bring something so serious into it, but like for them to be able to like just like collect all the cotton and stuff like that in the scale that they could have, they had to do it using free labor. Because then if you're not paying for that free labor, then you can just make a bunch of profits. And so like actually am I likening AI to slavery? I don't know, but like it's crazy because it's like they are not paying the people who created this music.
Dang,
initially.
the creators are this. You're doing. Oh man, you're doing the
because
science now.
They're not paying
We are
them.
the slaves. This is modern slavery.
Exactly.
This is modern slavery.
And the fact that they like even my music was on that AI data set, right? Like it's like I did all the work for them for free.
Without even knowing it.
This
is creative slavery. This is wild.
The other one that's crazy. The other one that's crazy is that I saw, all the capture things that we used to do. Like, is this a crosswalk? Is this a bus?
Yeah.
Is this a car? Is this a house? Like we were just training.
Oh dang.
Did you it's actually facts. We were training AI platforms to be able to detect these things. And so so now even if you notice like they're done with that test, like you won't see many of those type of capture services.
No, it's just to click. You click the box and then it takes you in.
Because they got what they needed. Another one was another one. And I'm sorry to make this the tinfoil hat podcast, but another one was Pokemon Go. Like these guys were using it to create like a database of like to map out the entire world, and people were just doing it for free. Nobody knew, and then they leveraged that to create
brilliant though.
It's know
brilliant work.
But that's what I'm saying. It looks like on Earth to make obscene amounts of money, there has to be somebody who's manipulated into.
Look at our politicians
being
Look at the government.
And that's why if you are saying, "Oh, this was made by SUNO," I think your music is loser shit, bro. It's loser.
Yo, chill.
Anyway, let's talk about human music. Hopefully, because there might
actually before we get into human music, just real shortly, because I was just now while you were talking, I was thinking about back to our celebrity fight nights. Just really quickly, if you had to pick someone to fight in the industry,
does it have to be a producer? Okay,
actually, let's do that. Yeah.
Even before I, well, you know whom I would fight.
I don't. You might need to say it. I don't know who you'd fight.
I wouldn't say it, but you know who I would fight.
Actually, you don't. I don't know who you'd fight.
I wouldn't be able to fight.
What's the first letter and the last? And the rest in the middle.
I'm not saying it.
Alright, you'll tell me after.
No, but who would I fight? It would have to be a producer. I think it would have to be somebody who I came up in the scene.
Well, you feel like you have to fight your peers. Last time, in the celebrity fight nights, they were unevenly matched in terms of height. So you can punch below your weight.
And I'd have to like.
You can punch down.
No, I wouldn't punch down. I have to do.
Afam is going to be very diplomatic about this.
Who would I fight?
No one, because you're not.
Are you going to answer the same question?
Of course not. I don't fight, so it's even weird.
Don't be horrible.
It's weird imagining.
You have to answer the question as well.
I don't know. I know.
You know who I'd fight?
I know, and I can't say.
No, not that I don't like this person, but because we started making music around the same time, the SoundCloud era, and they're also a producer, Mr. Lou.
I was about to say, give you Mr. Lou.
Yeah. Let's run it up, Mr. Lou. Listen, let's run it up, man. I'm ready. Celebrity fight night.
Yeah. Throw in a couple of producers, bro. Man. Throw in a couple of producers in there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you think at some point we're going to see the females? Female artists.
I was talking to an artist yesterday, and she was telling me who she'd want.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna put her business out there, but like,
let's not do that. But yeah, throw them in the ring, man.
I'm sorry, I would pay good money.
That's a little crazy.
Wait, who are you gonna fight? You have to answer now.
Dang. Let me see. I don't know. I don't know.
See, it's not easy.
It's not easy. Yeah. Let me see.
I'm trying to think of somebody who has a similar profile to you, like build-wise and also just like morals-wise.
There's one.
Who?
Morals-wise.
There's one who?
I mean, I feel like me and Hendrik Sam are the same height. I feel like we could go at it. I don't know, bro. I can't think of anyone, man. I can't think of anyone.
Let's go. I like it.
I can't think of anyone.
No. You know what?
I wouldn't
love
fight.
That.
Obviously,
I love that.
right?
I love that.
I'd rather get into the studio and
me versus Mr. Lou, Sam versus Hendrik Sam. Whoever is in charge of doing these things.
No, don't. Don't do it. Let's get into some music, bro. Don't do it. Oh man, we should cut that segment out.
No, we're not cutting that out. That's an amazing segment, guys. Okay. New music. Do you want to start?
Yeah, this is what I've started doing, and that's what I'm looking for. I've started putting all the music I like into one playlist. In terms of because too much music comes out, so I'm looking for my playlist.
Okay, while you look, let me start.
I found it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
One, I want to shout out Bobby Mapesa. He released the chonging like
and of course,
like
Afab
video.
loves it because that's the kind of stuff he loves.
It's so tough. I mean, the song came out earlier this month. June. But the video finally came out, and it just goes to show you what resilience. This is a story of resilience in the music industry. It's a story of your time can happen whenever. Things can happen for you randomly. You could record a song 15 years ago, but then it just blows up today. And this is a reason why you guys should not give up. Don't give up. Because the song that you made today that nobody cared about, right? That song could blow up 5 years from now. It could go trending on TikTok 10 years from now. Welcome to my TED Talk.
So you listen to Bobby Mapesa?
So I listened as I watched the video.
Okay.
I want to shout out TG Black. She released the song Stop It. She's really leaning heavy into that sound. She's released a couple of songs that sound like that. Yeah.
I just want to say though.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting.
My chain of thought.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But then back to Bobby Mapesa. I mean, that must be first, it's a very brave thing to do, to put out music that you made 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But I feel like it works for him only because of Musyoka. If it's just another producer who doesn't have that currency already, I don't think it will work out as well.
It was also trending kind of because like people were saying this is like the kind of music millennials used to listen to. So Gen Z people were just like kind of like making fun. So I feel like it also went viral.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, it does. First, that's the kind of music he makes, obviously. So it's very very quirky. I don't know how
from
to explain
the people
it.
that bring to you Naskiotam, we also what have I said?
We also bring you Chongyingi.
Yeah, what's wrong with me?
Anyway, I just feel like it works really well because Musyoka is part of it. I don't know if any other producer will be able to pull it off that well. But yeah, anyway, continue. Sorry.
Okay. So I also listened to Nidungie by Mad G, produced by Skinny Jean. And then Skinny Jean also produced the song ER by Jody Fanetto and Yasa. So shout out to Skinny Jean, Gean, by the way. Yeah, he's like the beats are tough. I particularly liked the Mad G song. The other song or thing that I listened to was Caleb Awiti's EP, No More Voicemails.
Hey, Mombasa's very own. He took that off his bio. He used to go by Mombasa's very own.
MVO, bro.
Yeah, he's kind of
I get it because you have to also build your own
brand
thing. You know what I mean? So my assessment of this project is the musicality of it is really good. The beat selection is so good.
He's improved greatly, I think.
And the sequencing is really good. And I like the fact that Caleb Awiti tells stories and tries to craft a narrative. There's some people in the industry who just put projects together, but he actually seems like he's doing it with intention.
He makes club records for like broken-hearted guys. I think that's...
we're a big demographic out there, Sam. We need music too.
The Broken-Hearted Club. Oh man, Afam is the president of the Broken-Hearted Club.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how I became the president or the spokesman. I'm just a member.
You are. You're the leader, man.
I'm
You're
not
the
the
leader of the
leader,
Broken Hearted Club.
But anyway, yeah, I listened to it. I will say my only thing about Kalebawiti, and this is now his signature sound. I will say there's sometimes when I listen to his music, I feel like he's straining to hit that like high note or that high register that he likes to thrive in.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see him approach music in a little bit of a different way. But that being said, it does work for him.
He's been doing it for years.
I think the song Hypnotize for me is still so... Is it called Hypnotize? Hold on. Before this becomes
Get it right. Misinformation podcast.
Yeah, I think it's Hypnotic, not Hypnotize.
The community note. We'll get community noted.
I'm pretty sure it has Hypnos in it somewhere. It is Hypnotic. Yeah, and I believe Hypnotic came out as a single beforehand, and I'm still a huge fan of that. Like, I think he's really like getting into like a real groove in terms of the music that he's making, and also I respect his work rate. Because it seems like he's always working on projects.
Yeah,
he
releases music. I mean, an album like almost every 6 months.
And I respect that.
It's crazy.
And I respect that because it shows that he's really, really like locked in.
And see, I like that about an artist. These days, and in our scene, and I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like hate, but we have a lot of artists who release one EP and they think they've made it and they're just going to coast off that for the rest of their lives.
Guy, that's me, low-key.
I'm speaking to you. This is an internal critique.
Damn.
This podcast is an internal critique. No. It's but I mean, now look what you're doing. Now I'm stumbling over my words.
Yeah.
No, but we have a lot of artists.
Your words are just killing me.
This is good. Broken Hearted Club. I break your heart, and Kalebawiti fixes it.
So this is the cycle.
That's a cycle. The music cycle. That's a cycle we're stuck in. But no, a lot of artists release little music and then they just decide that they're going to coast now. They use the music brilliant because it goes back to
that's why you're pointing at me. Just point away.
Push my finger away like that. That's sorry. My bad. This is all terrible. This is not against you. No, they leverage like what we were talking about in the start of the pod. They leverage just that's EP or song into fame, and then now they go off fame as the currency, not the music. But someone like him who releases constantly, Flyer used to release constantly. We just have a couple of artists who are just bullish about giving us music, and that's really good because then that's you're really working hard to solidify your place in the industry. And Kalebawiti, I think, has, like, from when I first heard him, he's greatly improved. His beat selection is a lot better. There's the Afro House joint on it. I can't remember the name of it because I went through the project just once. But then the Afro House song, like, I was really rocking with that. That's like, he's doing well. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. I really hope that he's able to use this period to just like we need artists out there, more artists out there. Yeah. Okay.
I'm done with my reviews by the.
All right.
So you go.
Petrus came with a 15-song project. Let me get the name right. This is easy. Love Under Construction Volume 3. Did you get a chance to skim through it?
Unfortunately, I didn't listen to it, but the existence of a Petrus chordman would imply the existence of a cell fake key guy.
So Petrus really... All right.
Key boy.
Clearly time is running out. You know what I'm just saying? This is a trend in this podcast. The longer we stay talking, the less sense we make.
It's so true, man.
So that's why we cram all the important stuff in the beginning.
Bro, we're that drawing of, the drawing of the horse, and then it starts off really nicely, and then it becomes a stick figure.
That's this podcast. That's crazy. So yeah, Petrus released a project. Listen, go support Petrus. Shout out to him.
What about it stood out to you?
I mean, it's cool. It's Petrus kind of music. The album art is very bright. I don't know why. It's just really bright and green. It reminds me of, this is going to sound bad, but I don't mean it in a bad way. It reminds me of those textbooks when we were kids. The ones like the agriculture textbooks. It's just, I don't know why. I guess it's because it has roots and everything, and it's green and there's a sun. There's just a specific picture it puts in my brain. But shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Diana Cord released a song called Marry Me. Did you hear it? Diana Cord has just been releasing music. I feel like Diana Cord should be a star. Like, she is a star. She moves really quietly, in my opinion. I don't know. Or maybe because I'm not outside. I may not be outside for this.
I think it's because you're not in... I wouldn't think you're in like her social media circles and then also
Yeah,
I
probably
don't know
not.
if you're out in the places that she's out.
Definitely not.
So maybe your perception might not be like she's doing things.
Yeah. It's a song called "Marry Me." Dance hallish. It's pretty cool. I guess it's a version of a love song. Shout out Diana Cods. Basic City, Rita Wangui, and Mrumbi, Chasing Calm. Mrumbi is another artist who releases constantly. Timmy T-Dat dropped in a project called Dope. Features Juju Moonchild, Kushite, Steppa Spencer, which is a fire name, in my opinion. Steppa Spencer is a fire. And then two more shouts out for me. Kevin Service, who is another guy, but we never really talk about him. But then he just drops, like, he's one of those artists who just releases beats online. And he's actually a fan of this podcast. And he's been releasing music like constantly. So it's just cool, I guess. I just want to shout him out. And then the last one is Teekvy, who has dropped a 3-track project. IRL is the first song, biting off Afam. WHOAMI, I think that's how you pronounce it.
I am the blueprint.
And NMC. And it's trap music, man.
Don't just ignore me like that.
That's very ignorable. Sorry. It's trap music. And I like discovering new trap artists, I think. I think he's good. Because it's that Kilimani style of rap, but we need to stop pointing that out, and I'm the problem. It's rap music, so we need to be accepting. The industry needs to be more accepting of the general rap bubble and stop segmenting rap into what the social demographics. That's way too.
Yeah, you made this so
way
political,
too serious,
bro. It's so serious.
I'm just listening to myself. I'm like, what on earth?
What is he
Shout
doing,
out to
man?
let me see what the name of the project is. Shout out to, I think the project's called IRL.
You sound like, what's his name?
That's so crazy.
Will Smith's son, Jaden. You sound like
Jaden, just trying to
bro.
make everything so serious. No, shout out to Teekvy with IRL. I'm interested. Like, I'm interested to see. I'll go back to his discography because I just discovered him now. I'm interested to see like what else he comes up with. But that's that. Couple more music released, but we haven't gone through all of them. Sorry. Shout out to you if you release music. We appreciate you. Do you want to do the song of the week?
Yeah, man.
Our pick of the week.
The pick of the week comes from an artist called Itha.
ITHA, not
is it
E-T.
Itha or either? Itha. And yeah,
I was about to say either of them.
That's actually funny. That's actually
of course you find that funny. I find that very cheesy, but you find that funny. That's hilarious.
I'm just reading her bio and she says, I am an artist who's always been rooted in faith. Music has been a constant thread in my life, not just as sound or melody, but as a way to connect with God, with others, and with parts of myself I didn't always know how to express. Like when I was listening to the song which she released called Steady this week, I did feel like a feeling that there's like some gospel-y like
gospel vibes
themes in it.
Yeah.
I think she has massive like not even potential. I think she's really good. Like I think her vocal presence on the track was really good. I love the melodies. I love smooth songs to listen to.
I like the distinction in terms of like her A section and this kind of music technical, but the A section, the B section, like it was very distinct. In terms of how the music played with each other. So it's cool. It's something interesting.
What Sam means when he says A section and B sections in songs is basically like a song will be structured like from an intro to like the middle part to like the end. And sometimes the intro might sound slightly different from the middle part, but they have similarities in the sense that they're in the same key.
Yeah.
So you can tell that they're meant to be in the same song, but you can tell that there's elements about the B section that's slightly different from what the A section is. And sometimes people will go from the A section to the B section and back to the A section. But sometimes people might get freaky with it and go to like a bridge, which would be like a C section of some sort. It gets very technical.
And
sometimes.
these days, I mean, music is becoming like it's very short, right? So we have like 2-minute songs, and it's just like one long A section. It's like an
same, exactly.
It's
like
one long verse.
I primarily just do songs like, and I need to stop, but like I do a lot of just A section songs. But like, and then also, we've lost the bridge. The art of the bridge has really.
We've lost the intro. We've lost the bridge. We've lost the breakdown. We've lost the outro. We just have song.
Exactly, because like
that's all we have now.
It's all to do with attention currency.
Yeah. So you are part of the problem.
I am a product of the problem. But anyway,
nice
no, shout out to Itha. I think she's really dope. And yeah, we just really wanted to highlight her song because it is amazing. So you guys are about to
glad
listen.
it's not just me.
That's so annoying. I almost played it. But yeah, you guys are about to listen to the song Steady by Itha. And shout out to you guys for listening to the song Steady. Because you guys definitely...
Yo, go run that up, man. So awkward. I don't think we're ever going to get that right.
I will one day.
I don't think. But go run that up, man. Support
Yes.
your local artists, support upcoming artists, support independent artists, so that they don't have to run to SUNO for the bag.
Exactly. Because like we said, that's some loser shit.
Also, the registration for that SUNO thing is a Google's form. AFAM doesn't have a problem with it. I find that a little bit shady. Like, it's just a Google, you know, the Google form that people pass around to do surveys. That's it.
It's not so
like, create a
shady.
website.
It's
You
not
have
that
$5 billion.
shady, man.
Create a website, or rather, you're worth $5 billion. Create a website for it. Just don't give me that's so cheap. Anyway.
You know,
There goes
one last thing I wanted to say is,
SUNO.
bro, I know this is so crazy to just bring out at the end of the podcast, but I found myself randomly watching a Lil Wayne documentary, and bro, you know, him being part of like the Hot Boys. I know this is so random and everything. Like
Hot Boys.
was it Hot Boys? What were they called before? I believe that's what it was.
And cue elevator music. Ba-dum, dum, dum.
Yes, it was the Hot Boys. And like seeing as that group started in 1998 and then they had a run that ended and he was doing music in 2001, 2002. He did the collab with Destiny's Child in 2003 for I'm a Soldier. And then, but he was still just like another guy. But then things really, really like blew up for him between the years 2006 and 2008. Like he had a run where, like, for me, my introduction to Lil Wayne was Lollipop because I was just a kid, so I didn't know anything about like anything he did beforehand. I just say this to say it's really inspiring to see stories of resilience and stories of this music industry because it doesn't happen overnight. Like you can have an 8-year run and then that's when like people discover your music, or that's when people now view you as the final article. A lot of times, I feel like people think that this music industry is an instantaneous thing.
Yeah.
It's not. It takes time. And sometimes you could see an artist like be grinding and not be good and release music that's just not that great, that's not polished. But all this time is like a practice period. And then
at some
8
point,
years
it's going
in,
to click. Yeah.
it clicks. And then you release a song like Lollipop and then everything just goes. You know what I mean? That's so possible. So if you're watching this right now and sometimes you're discouraged or you're not that good, it's fine. Like,
hey, watch this. What is that? Consistency.
And that is the first C. The second C is craft. Always work on your craft. Yeah, I like this way of getting into the 3 C's. It's actually very, very interesting. Yeah, the 3 C's is just something I like to say at the end of the podcast. As we've just heard, the first C is consistency. The second being craft. Always work on your craft. And that kind of goes hand in hand with consistency. And the last C is confidence. Always be confident in your work. Because that is what's going to make people be like, yo, you know what? I'm going to check this guy out. And yeah, man.
Yeah. I would never fight anyone in the industry. I just want to put that out.
Hendrik Sam versus regular Sam. And then...
Hey, yo, all right, man. Listen, guys. Regular Sam is wild. Listen, I'm done. I'm not going to be potting anymore. That has actually hurt my feelings. And
this is regular
we
Sam.
shall catch you guys in episode 108.
Hey guys, I'm regular Sam. That's your tag.
I'm done.
Yo guys, what's up? This is regular Sam. Sam is off of the podcast, but we're still rolling. This is just regular Sam. Here, that's your tag.
We're done.
I will see you guys.
Regular Sam.